here today at the town manager's office. We got a meeting at the town manager's office for clean. There's a drainage pipe that goes from the street to my client's property, and my client was like adamant that he wanted it removed. And I'm like, you just can't do that. So they said it was almost like acts like a part of the journey. Gives me sick stuff. It's just schedule. In the phone. Did that. Sending us to on screen. Zoom. Saying 3 today. Send and find some more. Yeah. Seven. Down that green can pick up. Yeah. Sure. Take
You turn your microphone on, please?
You want everything. Okay. And of course, Chloe Chanel, who is indispensable at making us look good every month. Yeah, I want to read this first. All right, I do have to read this into the record. So good evening and welcome. I introduced our staff, our members tonight. The Zoning Board of Review has established procedural rules and guidelines for the administration of applications and the conduct of its meetings and public hearings. The rules of procedure amended in December of 2021 are posted on the town's website and are available here tonight. The zoning board hears applications for relief from the provisions of the zoning ordinance and renders its decisions based on specific facts found in the documents and testimony submitted. It is the applicant's burden to prove that relief from the zoning ordinance is warranted. To do so, an applicant must provide evidence that each criteria of the approval listed in sections 260-33 for variances and section 260-34 for special use permits have been met. If you are appealing the decision of the zoning officer, administrative officer, or planning board, you are here to convince the board that the officer's or board's decision was in error, either procedurally or legally. This evening, we have one item to take up. Although it doesn't apply, I do have to say that we do not take any new items up after 9 p.m. Each application shall be heard in a manner that permits the board to obtain and consider the evidence in an orderly and meaningful manner. Testimony begins with the zoning officer's summary of the application and his recommendation. The application and all documentation submitted by the applicant prior to the meeting will be marked as exhibits and made part of the record. Applicants should assume that the members of the zoning board have reviewed all the materials submitted with the application. Tonight's presentation by the applicant should be limited to information relevant to the burden of proof and not recite or repeat information already submitted with the application. Any new information received by the board this evening will be entered into the record. However, the board retains the right to continue the public hearing to fully digest any information presented. All questioning of witnesses shall be at the discretion of the chair. All questioning of witnesses shall occur when that witness is called. The proponent of the witness shall ask its questions. Interested parties shall then ask the witness their questions, and the proponent may then ask follow-up questions. Presentation of an affirmative case by any interested party other than the applicant will be allowed as part of the public hearing following the applicant's presentation. Continuation or closing of the public hearing is at the discretion of the zoning board. And first order of business is the approval of the minutes of last month. Scott, since I'm not voting, there's only 3 people voting. Is that okay?
You'll have to table them. Table them.
Table it? Okay, need a motion to table the minute? No? Okay. So we will do that next month. Okay. Are there any changes to the agenda, Marty?
No changes.
Okay. Then our first thing is RJS and TLLC 3 Crown Street. Marty, could you fill us in on that?
The owners, RJS and T LLC, are requesting a 10-foot front yard setback variance to construct a 216 square foot covered front porch addition at 3 Crown Street pursuant to section 260-33 variances and 260 attachment 10 schedule of dimensional regulations of the town of Westerly zoning ordinance. The subject property contains 12,500 square feet, 0.29 acres, and has 115 feet of frontage on Crown Street. The property is not in a flood zone, and there are no wetlands on the property. The lot is in the high-density residential 15 zone, HDR 15, and the surrounding neighborhood consists of HDR 15. The property contains a 1,200 square foot single-family home which was constructed in 1989. The applicant proposes to construct a 216 square foot covered front porch addition and to expand the rear deck. The rear deck expansion shown on the site plan will not require zoning relief and is not subject to the board's review. The zoning department supports this application. The majority of the front face of the house is already within the front setback area, so almost any upgrades to the front of the house will require zoning relief. The covered porch will only extend about 6 feet from the front of the house and will add visual appeal by breaking up the flat face of the existing house. The completed home will be in harmony with the surrounding area.
Thank you. And, sir, you are?
Joseph Crispino.
All right, I'm just going to need you to state your name clearly and who you are in relation to this.
Joseph F. Crispino. I'm one of the owners of the house.
Okay. And you will be testifying along with Tony. All right, Tony, again for the record, please.
Tony Netta with On-Site Engineering, professional engineer. And I prepared the site plan and the zoning package before you tonight.
All right, and obviously the chair recognizes your expertise. You've been here enough. Okay.
Thank you.
So why don't we begin, whoever is going to begin with this, okay?
All right, I'll start. So the existing house is,
Excuse me, I need to swear you both in. I apologize. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Thanks. Again, the house was constructed in 1989, prior to the current owner purchasing it. The lot is non-conforming in area. It's in the MDR 15, and we only have 12,500 square feet. It's non-conforming to the front setback. The northwest corner currently overhangs the zoning setback of 20 feet versus the 30 that's required. And the southwest corner is 35 feet away, so the house is kind of tilted, not parallel with the property line in the front. So
Okay.
the northwest corner sticks out further than the southwest. And we're proposing this porch to add kind of character to the house. I don't know if anybody's driven by it, but this house or the porch will add some character of the neighborhood by including this covered farmer's porch. We're changing the access stairway to be right off the driveway. And that way you have a better look of the front of the house. I have some renderings of the building, which would, of a similar building, of what this porch will look like. I'm gonna just pass that out.
Please, and Marty, you'll take one in.
With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'll mark this as applicants 1.
Okay, Tony, when you go back, would you again explain to us what this is?
Yeah, so that's what we're proposing, minus instead of the stairway being in the middle, the stair will be on the north end of the porch, but that's the style of the roof porch that we're putting up. So you can see it kind of adds kind of character to the house, and I believe the neighborhood, if you go through it, there are similar houses that have covered front porches just to sit out on and enjoy the outside. So the hardship, I'll go through a couple of the hardships, and then I open it up for some questions if there's questions. Again, it's not due to it's actually due to the unique characteristics of the lot. As I mentioned, it's non-conforming in area and non-conforming in position. The hardship is not a result of any prior action of the current owner. The house was constructed in '89, and the applicant purchased it just recently in 2025 and has done nothing to the outside. It's all been interior work. The granting of the variance will not alter the character or the general character of the surrounding area. I think it will do the complete opposite. I think it'll add character, enhance the neighborhood. And as I mentioned, in the neighborhood, there are similar porches, similar covered porches, or even covered decks in the front yard setbacks. The variance, if it's not granted, it will result in more than a mere inconvenience, as the applicant would be able to, without the porch, wouldn't be able to enjoy the property and being outside in the neighborhood. It's really a minimal porch that we're proposing as far as the width. And really, it's really just to get a covered entry coming into the house.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Nena? Okay. Sir, did you want to say anything in regard?
No, Anthony said it pretty well.
Okay.
Just, yeah, we wanted to have some kind of coverage when you come out the front door of the house and give the house some curb appeal.
Yes, right now it's flat, the
Yeah.
front of the house. Yep. Okay. Did anybody have any questions for the owner? All right. Does anybody, I have to say this, does anybody here want to come up and speak in favor of this? Does anybody want to come up and speak against this? Does anybody need more information? Please let the record show that the answer is no. On all three of those, there is no one. Okay, then let me poll the board here and see what they say. I'll start with Dawn. Okay.
I'm in favor.
It's a beautiful home. I just went by there and it looks very nice. And it looks all prepared for.
Yeah.
Just telling, just saying. But yes, I'm definitely in favor. I think it'll really look really nice.
Thanks.
Okay, and I agree with all the points that Tony made. And I think it will really make a big difference visually for the house and give you somewhere to sit outside and enjoy it. So I'm also in favor. Okay, then if there's nobody else to say anything, I will have to ask for a motion to close the hearing.
So moved. Second.
Okay, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, Alan.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, we have before us a request by owners RJS and T LLC, who are requesting a 10-foot front yard setback variance to construct a 216 square foot covered front porch addition at 3 Crown Street pursuant to section 260-33 variances and 260 attachment 10 schedule of dimensional regulations of the town of Westerly zoning ordinance. The subject property contains 12,500 square feet or 0.29 acres and has 115 feet of frontage on Crown Street. The property is not in a flood zone and there are no wetlands on the property. The lot is in the high density residential 15 zone, HDR 15, and the surrounding neighborhood consists of HDR 15. The property contains a 1,200 square foot single-family home, which was constructed in 1989. The zoning board held a public hearing concerning this application on October 8th, 2025. Zoning members Lawrence Chapa, who is the chairman, Vice Chair Dawn Robinson, Alan Martone, and first alternate Lennon Saponari. The second alternate, Stuart Miller, was absent, as was Larry Burns. Laurie Moore was excused. The zoning board was provided with a narrative by zoning official Martin Loisel dated October 3rd, 2025, which outlined the details of the application and was summarized by Mr. Loisel during the public hearing, thereby made part of the record. The following individuals spoke as representatives and experts, if any, of the applicant. There was Anthony Nena, engineer for On-Site Engineering Incorporated. No one spoke during the public hearing in support of the request. No one spoke during the public hearing in opposition. At the public hearing, the following testimony and additional materials were entered into the record. Additional materials presented was a conceptual photo of the proposed renovation. Mr. Chairman, through the public hearing process, the board heard that the applicant's request for a dimensional variance was based on the restriction of the current setback regulations, which require the request for a variance. The following plans and specifications are hereby made part of the approval and may not be altered, amended, or changed in any material way unless approved by the Westerly Zoning Board of Review. The determination of whether any alteration, amendment, or change in the approved plans is material shall be made by the town zoning official and the zoning board chairman. The zoning board hereby grants the zoning official administrative authority to approve further non-material modifications to the approved plans. There's a site plan to support the zoning variance application prepared by RJS and T LLC, 3 Crown Street, Plat 78, Lot 100, Westerly, Rhode Island. One sheet prepared by On-Site Engineering Incorporated and stamped by Anthony A. Nena, PE number 7240, and Joseph P. Toscano, Jr., PLS number 1765, and dated August 18th, 2025. Considering the information presented at the public hearing, it is my opinion that the applicant has satisfied the standards of section 26033 variances, whereby granting the variance is due to the unique characteristics of the subject land or structure and may not, and not to the general characteristics of the surrounding area, and is not due to any physical or economic disability of the applicant, excepting those physical disabilities addressed in section 45-2430A16, because the existing home is currently within the setback area and almost any modification will require a dimensional variance. It is not the result of any prior action of the applicant. In this case, the claimed hardship is that the owner has an intent to update the home, which was built in 1989, and the current zoning restrictions require a variance. It will not alter the general character of the surrounding area or impair the intent or purpose of the zoning ordinance or comprehensive plan upon which the ordinance is based on, because the proposed upgrade of the home will conform to the surrounding properties within the high-density 15 zone. The hardship suffered by the owner of the subject property, if the dimensional variance is not granted, will amount to more than a mere inconvenience, meaning that relief sought is minimal to the reasonable enjoyment of the permitted use to which the property is proposed to be devoted. The fact that a use may be more profitable or that a structure may be more valuable after the relief is granted is not grounds for relief. Here, the use is a single-family home and it is a permitted use. In addition, the applicant has demonstrated that if the dimensional variance is not granted, denial would amount to more than a mere inconvenience, because the homeowner wishes to update the home, which was built, as I said, in 1989, and the request is minimal, 216 square feet, and would enhance the enjoyment of the home. As such, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve a 10-foot front yard setback variance to construct a 216 square foot covered porch addition at 3 Crown Street pursuant to section 260-33 variances and 260 attachment 10 schedule of dimensional regulations of the town of Westerly zoning ordinance. There are no conditions on this approval.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I see we have no other business. Do you have anything from staff, Marty?
No,
All right, we see we have one on for next month.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried? Enjoy. No, but sometimes when I'm at a meeting, I want to just say, excuse me. Well, yeah, yeah, but it's fun. Yes, I know. I'm waiting for that.